Welcome to Geology 12. This is my course intro video to show how the course is laid out, what you need to order to get your curriculum started, and hopefully just answer any questions you have about this course. So, if we take a look at the course content, on the left-hand side there is a course introduction that you will start with. There will be a textbook that you'll order that I'll get into, and then there's going to be 4 units that you will complete. You'll notice that it goes Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, and then Unit 5. That actually is on purpose, so I'll walk you through that. Anyway, let's jump into the course introduction and get you started. So, when you take a look here, you'll get to know me a little bit. I actually did study Earth and Environmental Sciences at UBCO when I was in my undergrad, and that was my minor. So I really love that. I've seen a lot of the world. It's beautiful, and you guys are going to learn all about this great big planet, really the coolest planet that there is out in our solar system. And yeah, I really love biology and earth sciences, so I basically love all living things and where they live. That's kind of me in a nutshell. So yeah, in order to get started, you need to go into the ordering curriculum, and you do actually have to access the textbook. And I'm definitely going to recommend that you get the online textbook, which I'll show. To get activated in the course, to get started, there is a PowerPoint kind of presentation. You could even do a video or whatever that you'll be presenting. Not to me, but like you can just put it together, and that will get you started in the course. So I will click on the actually I will click on the Mr. Kushner meeting. So once you watch this video, I'm going to want to meet with you. So please plan to come and see me during my Zoom office hours. I like to get to know you guys. I want to find out your story about science and about everything. I'm a teacher and I'm also a grad advisor, so it's just fun to kind of get to know you guys. Ordering curriculum. So this is the big part. The course that we're using uses a book called Earth Science. It's actually called Earth Science for Middle School, which I don't know why it's called that. All of the curriculum lines up with high school curriculum. This was made a little while ago, so I don't know what's going on there, but regardless, it's going to have all of the content that you are going to need for the course. This is what it looks like. I'm going to showcase. I do have the paper copy of it. You can see it there. But I just don't use this one very much, and I'll show you why I like the online textbook a whole lot better. So, option 1, it's also like way cheaper, $28, and you get a 1-year subscription, so you can order it here, and then you can access it here. I've already got to open it up in a second tab here, and the reason why I like the online version better is because you can actually skip through the like chapters, the pages, so much quicker. It takes literally no time at all, and I find that that's a lot more important to me than being able to flip through in paper. So you are completing Unit 1 on Geology, Unit 2 on the Dynamic Earth, Unit 3 on Water and Water Systems, and Unit 5, the Environment. You do not need to do Unit 4, which is on Meteorology, and that's like weather systems. If I click here, you'll see all about weather and climate. And you do not have to do Unit 6 on Astronomy. If these are super interesting to you, that's awesome. I guess you could go and look these up. But you are going to be doing Units 1, 2, 3, and 5. So I'm just going to click on a random section. I personally think volcanoes are really cool. So if I want to go to chapter 3 in unit 2, I can literally just click there. It takes me right to where I want to go, and I can start reading this. Obviously, you have to be on the computer to do this, which is not the nicest, but you actually can just select text and read it aloud. Not sure if you will like that. It's not the most engaging voice, so that's up to you as to whether or not you want to do that. I just liked reading it, and you'll go through, and I'm going to use this as an example chapter. So you'll be learning different content. There's lots of cool kind of like labs to do. You'll see that later. You do have to complete 2 labs in the course, but you have a wide variety of labs to choose from. I'm going to keep going. There's another one. Here's some more content talking about hotspots and movement. And then we're going to get to review questions. So these review questions are required to be completed by all students. But I will say that I'm pretty strict on the way these are completed. I do not want you to simply perfectly copy and paste the answer from here. In a question that says, why are volcanoes a necessary part of creation, you can write about how they release stress and tension and pressure underneath the Earth's mantle. But then I've actually been to one. So when you're writing stuff, you can actually make it very personable, and you can talk about your own experience, for instance, with volcanoes. So I have been to dormant volcanoes here in the Okanagan. There's actually one very close to me called Mount Boucherie, and there are lava columns that you can go and take a look at. They're super awesome. On the flip side, I've also been to Hawaii, and I've hiked very long into some of the volcanoes that they have there, which are very, very neat. So adding detail and explanation to these review questions is something I definitely want you to put the time into. Adding personal connections is also really great. I love reading when you guys do that, and you talk about some sort of personal connection to your own life. I get to know you better when you add more detail to your questions. So I'm going to go back to the course, and I'm going to go to, let's go to Unit 1. So I actually have these review question templates. This might look a little bit different. I'm kind of still building these, but you would answer all of the review questions in your own document, and then that's what you actually submit. So if you take a look in chapter, let's go back to the dynamic Earth, because I was working on volcanoes. So you'll see there was actually 5 different chapters or like subunits in volcanoes. So you would submit all the review questions for that whole section all into one place. And this is the review questions are basically building all of your understanding in the course. Once that is done, there is a final exam at the end, which kind of will encompass everything. I'm just going to quickly jump to the final exam for a second, so that you can know what it's going to look like. I never want students to be surprised by what's there. I want them to be very well prepared for it. So the final exam is going to be comprised of 3 parts. There's going to be vocab, there's going to be diagrams, and there's going to be long answer questions. And these are going to be taken from the textbook. So the vocab words are vocab words directly from the textbook. The diagrams are going to be directly from the textbook. And the long answer questions are kind of there's 5. The first 4 are kind of from each one of the units. And then the last one is kind of an overarching question that kind of just encompasses a lot. So that is what the final exam will look like. And my hope is that as you go through the units and you're doing the review questions that are within each chapter of the textbook, you are getting well prepared for this final exam. All right. Now, This course is not just content, there are also activities, and I think these are the most fun. I mentioned that you have to do labs, so you do have to complete 2 labs in the course. You can choose some of them. I kind of chose some of the ones that I thought were like pretty easy and had items that wouldn't be hard to find. If you want to choose other ones, that's fine. So I think right here I have all the different pages that you can take a look at. But honestly, as you go throughout the course, there are tons of different labs, and if you want to do a different one, that's totally fine. My personal favorite is not the labs, but it's the field trip. If I were teaching you this in person, I would definitely have you go somewhere. And so I would probably take you to Mount Boucherie, like I mentioned, because it's a dormant volcano and there's some really cool lava columns. But you can go somewhere close to where you live, mountain ranges, rivers, lakes, oceans, all sorts of stuff. You can do some research on what are some of the prominent geological features in your area, just to maybe get like a sense of some of the options. And if you want, I can help you with this. I could Google where you live and go from there. There is a midterm in the middle of the course where I want to meet with you and you actually get a chance to review what you've already learned and dive deep into one specific thing. So there's a midterm, and that's kind of it. I'm not going to go too much further into it because I actually just want to meet with you and walk you through. I think that you will have the option of how you want to do the course. If the online textbook's not for you, I will say that you can go online and you can go about finding it. It's not very easy. I bought my personal copy off of Amazon, and I think it cost me about $80. So it does exist, and all the information is there, so you can go and access it. But yeah, my personal recommendation would be the online one. I think that's probably going to be it for right now. You guys are going to be jumping into the course and actually seeing how it is. And yeah, I will meet with you on Zoom very soon. Best of luck in the course, and take care.